Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about Buccaneers quarterback Baker Mayfield and whether or not he will thrive or regress this upcoming season for the Bucs. Baker is only 29 years old, and for a quarterback, that's great. You love to see it. He is the $100 million man in Tampa Bay right now, the former number one overall pick in 2018. Had a career year with the Bucs, in my opinion. You take a look at all of his statistics in terms of passing yards, it's the best year he's ever had. Passing touchdowns, the best year he's ever had. Most passing attempts thrown, best year he's ever had. Completion percentage, best year he's ever had. Like, any way you slice it, it was a fantastic year last year for Baker Mayfield. A career year, a banner year, if you will. He led the Bucs to the playoffs and an NFC South championship with a 9-8 record, even won a playoff game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. However, I feel like there's still a lot of people who aren't giving Baker a lot of credit, are thinking that he's going to regress going forward. And it's going to be an interesting thing to see, in my opinion. Of course, I think that having Dave Canales not here is one of the big reasons as to why a lot of people feel that way is going to be the case. But you did bring in an offensive coordinator that Baker is familiar with in Liam Cohen. And I think that whenever you look at what the Bucs are trying to do, they're trying to make it as comfortable as possible for Baker Mayfield. They're trying to have him succeed as much as possible. By the way, when Liam Cohen was with the Rams in 2022, Baker Mayfield put up a very, fine stat line: 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, 850 yards. That was without Cooper Kupp and Van Jefferson and a lot of the Rams offense, by the way, for the final month of the year. And he only knew the playbook for like 5 seconds. So I think that you are going to see more continuity in this offense for Baker. I think you are going to see, hopefully, a very similar Baker to what you saw in 2023. That's the goal, right? Because if Baker puts up these types of numbers, you can have success as a team. And really, whenever you look at the past couple of situations where Baker has not succeeded, it's either been A, due to injuries, as to what you saw with the Cleveland Browns going back to 2021, where Mayfield had some injuries throughout that year, or in 2022, where he was just really hampered by crappy organizational stability. I mean, the Carolina Panthers literally fired their head coach after 5 games with Matt Rule. Steve Wilkes was brought in. Ben McAdoo was the freaking offensive coordinator, man. I mean, come on, Carolina. That ain't on Baker, brother. Come on now. 6 touchdowns, 6 picks. Not great. Not great. And also, we've seen where Carolina has been since then. Not great. But with the LA Rams, you saw more success there because you had more stability in the organization. Even at 5-12, though, the worst year ever for Sean McVay, because they'd been dealing with so many different types of injuries, right? You take a look at the receiving game that year. I mean, like Ben Ben S. was a wide receiver that Baker was having to throw to. Tutu Atwell, the shadow, the corpse of Allen Robinson were some of these guys that Baker had to throw to during those games, right? Whenever you give him a Mike Evans, whenever you give him a Chris Godwin, whenever you give him good weapons around him, he's finding success, a la 2018 Baker, a la 2020 Baker Mayfield. So, really, the only reason that people would doubt Baker and say that he's going to regress is if you doubt the ability of Baker Mayfield himself, because the weapons are around him. The players are around him for him to have success, in my opinion. It's just a matter of whether or not you do or don't believe in Baker. I do believe in Baker. I think that he is going to have the ability to continue to thrive with the Bucs, to continue to be the franchise quarterback for the Bucs, which is, what he's been deemed by this organization is the franchise quarterback going forward. I have faith in Baker Mayfield. I don't think he's going to regress. I do think he can post similar stats. And by the way, if he posted 25 touchdowns and 8 picks, that's not regression, dude. Like, that's not. If he posts 3,800 passing yards, it's not regression. It's very similar. He's still thriving at that point. Now, if he had 20 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, that's regression. But if he has a couple less touchdowns and a couple less interceptions and a couple hundred less passing yards, that's not regression. So that's important to note there. That is. But I do believe in Baker. I think he can do an excellent job. I think the weapons are around him. I think the offense has only gotten better with Graham Barton being in at center, with Jan McMillan coming in as another wide receiver. And maybe you have some continuity on that offense with Liam Cohen going forward as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about Baker down in the comments section below. Do you see him thriving or do you see him regressing? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.